Now, nobody's told me that I could take that path. It's something that I chose for me because it suited my circumstances. But then I talk to a lot of my friends and a lot of colleagues who say, well, you know, I could never set up in business. I could never do that. Well, yes, you can, and yes, you could. It's down to ultimately what you really want to achieve. And if you set your mind to achieve something, you will do. And that's all it takes, is to make a real decision. The problem is in life, most of us don't ever make a decision, we just wander through it. And we get pushed through and pushed into decisions by other people around us. So don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do things. So I have 2 children. My children, I've got a daughter who's 14, so she's in year 10 doing her GCSEs at the minute. She actually wants to become a divorce lawyer. And I was telling Di when I got here this morning, she's chosen that career path because she's worked out that these days lots of people get divorced, so there's lots of money around for being a divorce lawyer. So that's her reason for doing it. I take my hat off to her. And my son is 17 and he's just started working with me in my business. So the reason for setting up my business is now in my business, which is quite scary and it makes me feel really old. And I have 2 stepchildren who will be 23 this year. So my husband is a co-director of my business. He has his own business as well. He's an insurance broker, which is completely different to what I do. But we work from the same offices. So it's great for me because I have a small team. So when we're out, which we are a lot of the time, and I'll tell you a little bit about what we do, but when we're out a lot of the time, his staff answer my phones. So it works fantastically well. So I don't have to have this big admin team there. So it's great. But he had 2, or has 2 children. They're twins. James, who is a builder, he was very dyslexic and struggled massively at school. But then as soon as he finished school, he got on an apprenticeship and has just sailed. He's set the world alight. He loves his work and he's really valued by the building company that employ him. He's been put up for various competitions for brick building and I think he's second in the country for brick building. So he's really done well, having been allowed to flourish and take his own path. And Alice, my stepdaughter, she works at that heights thing at Cannock, you know, on the Chase, where you do those silly zip wire things from height. I don't like heights, they terrify me. But she does, that's it, go ape, yeah, so she does that. And she absolutely loves it. And she does theatre as well, so she'll go into do plays and singing and backset development and things. So they're coming on quite nicely and a little bit older than my 2, but they all get on really, really well. And they've all been really supportive of me having my own business and my husband having a business. I travel a lot with my job now, so it's great because Peter, my husband, will look after the children when I'm not there. So we've got a little bit of role reversal. So it's not me that's at home, it's him that's at home and it's me that travels. And last year I went over to America because I sit on the board of directors for a $60 million turnover company in America called CompTIA. And we have a board meeting, a physical board meeting 3 times a year. So the last one was in Puerto Rico. So I had a fantastic week in Puerto Rico for board meetings. And I took Peter with me. Now, in America, they has anybody been to America?
I've been to New York.
Okay, it's fantastic, isn't it? Lovely place. But they're very strict when you go through customs. So they call it Homeland Security. And you get these guys who are in their uniform and they have to ask the questions and they're very straight, they have no sense of humour and you have to tell them absolutely everything. So we get through the passport bit and then you have to be interviewed by them before they'll let you go and get your baggage. And my husband's surname is not the same as mine's because when we got married, people already knew who I was in business and I didn't want to lose that association. So he's a Robinson, I'm a Pound. So we went to the machine and put our ESTA details and it sent me through the green channel, it sent him through the red channel. And I get in front of this guy who's sitting up on this high chair because they make sure they sit higher than you just to intimidate you. And you're standing down there like that. And he asks you, you know, why are you here? How long are you staying for? And then they repeat the questions just to see if you were lying the first time round. And he said to me, what are you here for? And I said, I'm here for board meetings. He said, are you on your own? I said, no, I brought my husband with me. And he said, well, where's he then? I said, he's over there. He's got different surnames. So he ended up in the red channel. And he said, oh, so you've come to support your husband, have you? I said, no, he's come to support me.